Okay, so good afternoon, it's Yannick, and sorry, I was supposed to post yesterday, but due to a technical difficulty, I still can't figure out what happened anyway, but I couldn't post anything yesterday. I don't know if because I recorded on that app, and then I wanted to post it on Anchor, but I don't know what happened, it wasn't working, so I'll figure that out later. So I have to do another one today, and I've decided on a topic. I was researching this morning, and by researching, I just mean surfing the internet and looking for things that I didn't know before. So I came across an old poem. It wasn't told to me as a poem, it was told to me as a story. My mom had probably told me a story when I was a kid. The Blind Man and the Elephant. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it was about like a group of blind men who've heard of the magnificence of the elephant, and they were told that okay, so we're going to see the elephant today, and they went to where it was, and because they're all blind, they didn't see the full animal. They only got to touch. They had the sense of touch, and they only got to touch what part they were on, like what side of the elephant they were on. So some touched the tusk and felt like one touched the tusk and felt like it was like a spear, like it was shiny and sharp at the edge, and some touched the feet and felt it was like a tree stump. Some touched the body and felt like it was built like a wall. Some felt the ears. I think one felt the ears and felt it was like a fan, and there was one that felt the trunk, the trunk. Yeah, is it elephant trunk? Yeah, the trunk felt like a snake to that person, and then another person felt the tail, which felt like a rope. So they were all now giving their own account of what they felt the elephant was, and they all agreed, like they all said different things, like no, it's built like a spear, no, it's not a spear, it's a big mighty wall. And then one said, oh, it's just like a fan. One was like, no, it's a snake. Different opinions, and to them they were each of them was right in their own observation, but they were all wrong. I think there's a poem that now put everything together by Jonathan Sachs. Yeah, I can't really remember the full name, but his name is Sachs and it has John in it. So he wrote a poem that really that was like about everybody's opinions of each part of the animal. But it's a popular story in different cultures, and it tells a tale of they were all right in their own sense, because they said what they saw, and what they saw was real, what they felt rather, and what they each felt was real. But at the end of the day, they were not right. None of them was right, and all of them were right in their own sense. So when they were arguing and deciding to, in some stories, the fight actually, the arguments led into a big fight. Some stories they all agreed to disagree. Some stories they all felt the other people were dumb, and they just left the arguments angrily. But when it comes down to it, in the sense of the world now, when someone tells you, okay, I went to this place, or I see this thing this way, it's possible that that person is right from their own standpoint, and you are right from your own standpoint as well. You are right from your own standpoint as well. So it means that in everything, people are not totally wrong. People are not totally right either. You can't claim to be totally right in your own beliefs, in your own judgments. Your judgment might not be totally right. The person who is telling you to might have a reason for giving their own judgment or giving their own opinions about things. So people might not be totally right. It might just be where they're looking at the situation, or a situation from. It might just be what they're observing it from, where they're seeing it from, what their own perception might just give them that opinion that they have, and you have a different perception of that same situation and give your own opinion. It doesn't mean that person is totally wrong. It doesn't mean that you're totally right either. So it just takes us to understand that the person who felt the ears and felt was like a fan, the person who felt the feet, the legs, the person who felt the trunk, the person who felt the tusk, everybody was right. If they had only come together to say, okay, maybe these are different parts of the same animal, they would have been able to come together and create a better mental picture of what they were seeing or what they were feeling. But because they all had their own agreement, their own inclinations, and they stuck to their own beliefs without wanting to believe the other person might even be right or might even have something important to say, they just felt like, no, it's what I felt that it is. They weren't ready to take any other person's opinion. Then they lost a big lesson because they eventually didn't get the full picture of the animal they wanted to see. So sometimes we shouldn't be so hell-bent on the things we believe in. We shouldn't be so hell-bent on the things that we have learned, and we shouldn't limit ourselves. Always broaden the scope of the things you know. Always listen to other people's opinions. When people are telling you, no, but I see it this way, fine, your own opinion might be right based on where you're looking at it from. But be open to listening to other people's ideas or people's perception of things. Be open to learning. Be open to advice. Be open to criticism. Be open to knowledge, to everything. Just open your mind up. And when you open your mind up, you'll be able to see the larger picture. You'll be able to see the truer picture. You'll be able to understand more about whatever situation you are in. So that's my advice, and that's what I learned from the story. Seeing it again today brought back a lot of memories, how my mom told me the story, and I don't know if she was trying to pass a message then, but when I saw it today, I remembered like, oh, this woman told me this story, and it kind of stuck, because all the blind men were right in their own rights, but because they weren't ready to listen to each other's opinion, because they felt like I'm right, like I'm only going to believe what I felt, what the part of the animal which I felt. They didn't even believe it was part of the animal. They felt that was the whole animal. If they had only listened to each other, if they had only let each other explain what part they had seen, and they might be able to put it all together and understand that there's a bigger picture, and every other person is right in their own rights, and you're not wrong, you're not right, you're not wrong, but you're not totally right either. So I think it's a very great lesson, and if we could imbibe that in our daily activities, in the things we do every day, it might be of help to a certain level, and it could also help us see things better, understand things better, and move forward. I hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to listen to the other episodes. Please remember that you can chat me up on whatever platform you see this from. You can ask to give your own opinions. You can send voice notes that will be part of the next episode, or be a revision of this particular episode. So I'm here, and thank you. This is quite short. I hope you actually take time out. It's going to be less than 9 minutes, so please take your time out to listen to me. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.